from injuries, there's almost a tendency to relax a little bit at the outset. What can you explain that?
Could have come into play today. I mean, to me, there's probably 3 or 4 things that you certainly look at that. Guys think, well, okay, we're just going to get out there. It's going to happen for us. Those guys had some rust in their games, clearly. Obviously, every guy that misses that much time. So there may have been a little bit of that. I hope not. Just give them credit. They came out, played their game much better than us early on. Having said that, I do believe the second goal, gave them a lot of juice too. It's a fortunate goal. It goes in off Carlo, not much happening, and they've got a 2-0 lead. We've, Jake hits a crossbar. I think then the second hits a post. So a break here or there, the game probably evens out, and then who knows where it goes from there. But we're chasing it the whole night, right? And when you chase it, you usually end up not catching it. That's just the way it works in this league.
And you find when you're behind by multiple, just the way that the offense really hasn't been doing consistently, it's a hard ask for this team right now.
I would say so. I think subconsciously we know we're not scoring as much as we like. Probably not as much as we deserve actually tonight. We certainly generated enough to get more than a goal. We got a late one, 6-on-5, so let's not even necessarily count the last 2, right? So probably deserved a better fate offensively, but it's not happening right now. So when that starts to happen, guys feel good about themselves, know they're still in the game, but again, when you're not scoring, you get behind a few, all of a sudden doubt creeps into your mind. We've got to erase that. It's our job as coaches to make sure that guys feel good about their game, know that they can come back, but until we do it a few times, it's probably going to be a struggle till we get over that first hump.
Coach, do you sense any tendency to maybe look ahead to the Winter Classic just because of everything going on around it, or?
No, I think this one, maybe going into Buffalo because you're starting on the road and you're that much closer away from Boston, but not tonight. I don't think that's it. I'd say probably more Steve's point where you can get guys back and think, okay, here we go, it's gonna happen for us. I think that certainly probably was in some guys' minds. Look, Jersey's struggling a little bit, okay, we're gonna just go out and show up. And I mean, they played us hard last year every game, even though we beat them by a goal, so they're a good hockey club. I haven't watched them that much this year because we haven't seen them until now, but they certainly were more prepared, so give them credit. That's on us as a staff to get our guys ready, and we failed there tonight. Obviously, we weren't their match early on.
I know you want to score first, play with the lead all the time, but especially against a team like this that has struggled and outscored a lot. How important was it to try to get that first one?
Well, I think in general, like you get a lead, especially in our building. We've played well here. We're a good team with the lead. We've got some guys in the bottom of our lineup are good, solid defensive players, and we've gotten leads. That's generally why we're hard to come back on. Our guys are pretty accountable. So it matters. It also matters coming out of the break. You don't have the same energy level, or you haven't been into it for a while. So I think the teams that get the lead today and most of the games throughout the league probably have more success. That's probably telling you something you don't know, and it generally happens. Especially us. We haven't had a lot of comebacks this year. He's not yet.
How do you think Chara did tonight, coming back?
I thought he got better as the game went on. Obviously adjusted to the pace of the play early. Jersey's a team that pitches pucks behind you a lot, so you're turning and going back on pucks a lot. So that's a challenge no matter what. And then you're playing against a fast team that forechecks well, so that complicates it. But I thought after probably the first period, halfway through the second, I think things started getting a little bit easier for him, and they probably take him a few games like everybody else. Kevin Miller went through it. Looked like his puck play wasn't as smooth, and the transitioning it from little overs, tight area spaces, the stuff that it's just hard to practice with flying bodies flying around.
Bruce, is 3 guys, even if they're well known, kind of established guys, is that a lot to put back into a lineup all at the same time? Really like no practice?
Listen, it's a good problem to have. You want your best players in there, and they're going to have to play sooner or later once they're cleared to play. So it does change some of the D pairs a little bit. And guys who had to move Grizz, now the Charlie injury, put Grizz back to the right. That's an adjustment for Grizz. He was there with Z a little bit when Z got hurt, so now he's took him a while to get used to being over there, even though they're NHL players. They're playing against the other team's good players. He's on his offside, took a while, so I guess there's a few minor things, but at the end of the day, they're all good players going back in, so you would hope it would make you better. It's obviously going to be our goal for Saturday.
DeBrusk had some jump early. Did you see him maintain that, or did you see him kind
Who's
of
that,
tail off?
Jake?
Jake, yeah.
No, I thought he had good jump. You know, he made some plays around the net, attacked the net, was the threat offensively off the cycle in the O-zone. You know, the little details you miss from playing, like the Krug, the third goal, like, you know, his guy jumps by him on the face-off. You're not allowed to interfere, but you can run him, make it a little more difficult, give Torrey a little extra second maybe to find the shooting lane. That's where sometimes we don't play, you miss those areas of your game. But for the most part, just from without watching it, going through it again, I thought he was fine.
Take two more if there are two.
You feel like Yarrow made a mistake not coming out on that?
It looked like he could have came out. Yarrow's been pretty good playing the puck, so I'm going to trust him to make the right call there, but it certainly looked like he could have. The last two games, some puck plays with the goalies, maybe it's just that time of year where it creeps into your game, and it's going to happen. It just happened to happen for 2 games, but at the end of the day, he didn't, and you hope he makes the save. The guy's coming with a lot of speed. That kid, he can really fly. He's underrated, finishes plays, so in hindsight, I wish he had it come out and give it a shot, but that's neither here nor there.
Do you think you'll look at the elbow on Donato?
I saw a quick replay. I don't know. Ask me that tomorrow, Matt. Like those things. Like I don't know what did Backus he get called for one too at the end. So there's one on. So those are things that I was right after the game. You just look at the goals in the third. I didn't look at the penalties, so I don't have a good answer for you.
You sort of mentioned it, but these guys are so well conditioned, having 3 days not doing anything, and then all of a sudden they get a jump start. What's that like?
Well, the mental part of it is good, I think. You know, it's a grind of a season, so to be able to be away and generally with your family and enjoying Christmas is a good kind of get your brain off of hockey. Some of the guys may have found a bike or gone for a jog or would have something small, but I don't think anybody skated. But I think both teams are in the same boat. So I'm sure it affects you. Your legs are probably a little heavy early on just because of that. You're so routine oriented. But I don't want to use this as an excuse because like I said, they had the same break. So and they looked like their legs were fine.